holidays are over and we're back and ready to get on our new schedule.
Yay!
Yay! I don't know if you guys checked out in our panels, but we actually have the entire month planned out. And we even have a bonus surprise. We're actually going to add an extra show during the daytime every other week. Not as intense as what we're currently doing though, because it's still daytime. We have other commitments, but like a little quick lunch break. Yeah, so especially for our fans over the pond in England, most likely sleeping right now.
Yeah.
That's especially going to be so you guys can be included into our show because we've had a lot of requests from our friends to include them in.
That's sad.
Yeah. But those shows are going to be an every other week thing. It looks like it's going to be a Thursday during the daytime. Time's not set yet, but we're going to rotate between true crime, which is Summer's favorite thing, and then we're going to
Yeah.
rotate over modern news on because they've been covering a lot of stories on aliens and UFOs. It's getting a lot of news traction, and I'm falling behind on my information. So every other week, we're going to rotate back to that one. And also, I'll just throw in any interesting space developments because I like researching what's going on in space too. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. This is everything channel. It's awesome.
Dirk, why do we need to tell you that? Is this blackmail?
All right. I'm not saying that.
This seems like a trap.
That is definitely a trap.
Totally. Tell me when you stream. Oh, like this show? Okay. Well, overall stream, we do Monday nights at 7 p.m. usually. And that's me gaming. And then on it's Central Time, by the way. I should probably state that since different time zones all across here. And then on Tuesdays, it's 9 p.m. Central Time. And then the Thursday show, when we do start it, it's going to be probably around 1 p.m. Central Time. Still up in the air, and it'll be every other week. Well, Darko, to be fair, I switched up the schedule a little bit. So I shifted like the time zone I put on the details, and I might have mixed you
Yeah.
up. So I apologize in advance if that was my end. But we'll stay consistent from now since it's the New Year's.
Yeah. There you go. New year, new whatever
Yeah,
this is.
professionalism.
There. There you go. There's the word.
We'll do this. Anyways, today we're covering the Bermuda Triangle, which we thought this was going to be an easy one, guys. We really did. And we've once again hit another bottomless pit of information. I don't know how we keep doing this, but apparently there's too many people with too much time in their hands obsessed with supernatural stuff like us. So, tons
Yeah.
of stuff to read, tons of theories. The world needs less of us because we're only going to agitate the situation now. But before we get too deep into it, how is the volume? Can you guys let us know in case we need to adjust anything?
Are we good to go?
Are we good to go? In the meantime, we're going to cover the word of the day. Let's
Woo.
see. Pretty clear and not loud, which is good. Perfect. Thank you so much, Go Ahead. Good luck with that corporate life. So, the word of the day is submechanophobia. So this is actually the fear of submerged man-made objects. People with submechanophobia are often feared of large propellers, buoys, or sunken ships. It is similar to thalassophobia, fear of the ocean in general. So that
Look
is
at that
the
thing
word.
though.
Hmm?
Terrifying.
You know,
It looks like some kind of shark thing. I'm not here for that. God.
What's the fear of submerged man-made objects? I think that's just the fear of the ocean.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely have that. Like
Yeah.
the deep ocean. Like, the ocean's fine, but I ain't scuba diving anytime soon.
Yeah. So that's our word of the day. Learn it, use it, try and find a way to use it this week. Like finding runes we didn't make or sleeping space gods. Oh, these just sound like topics in themselves.
Right?
I love it. Yeah, so let's see. We're going to go into the basic stuff. So pretty much, if you don't know anything about the Bermuda Triangles, it's this interesting point where things all go missing. Like ships, planes, everything. Here we go. So it's a triangle between Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico. So in this area, there's just all this crazy stuff just happening, and we're going to go into a lot of it. And you'll see in these images, there's a bunch of sunken items, and people somehow dare to still go there and scuba dive, which
I'm not gonna
really,
lie, I really am tempted. It looks so fast.
what was that summer you cut out?
It looks fascinating, honestly.
I think all scuba diving stuff is, but in my mind, if the ships and the planes can't make it through this area, I really would not want to be in scuba gear.
That's true. That's true.
I'll keep it safe. I'll be on the beaches in San Diego or Hawaii or something. This is not the area to go for me.
True.
So it's actually speculated that in like the past, I think 50 years, they think about 50 ships and 20 planes have disappeared. But over the last 500 years, they think over 1,000 machines have disappeared over this. Boats and ships. So that's a lot. And as you can see in these pictures, there's a lot to go explore here. So, you know.
Tempting.
So let's see. There's some interesting things about it, and I'm going to go into it real quick. So some of the unusual details. So it's no one can pinpoint an exact reason why all these items keep going missing. And there's so many different theories, and a lot of them are likely. And in all honesty, it might be a little of column A, a little column B, a little column Z. It's that extensive of a theory list.
It's definitely a mixture of everything, really.
Right. So first off, there's suspected earthquakes. So the scientists have observed a great deal of subsonic vibrations taking place in the area on the floor bed. So earthquakes could be one. Human error. Apparently, there's lots of little islands there. They look very similar, and people can easily get lost and caught up in one of these other issues that happen out there.
I can't even navigate anywhere. I couldn't imagine trying to navigate the middle of the ocean. So,
Well, so this one's probably one of the more known details. But I don't know if you know this, but they have a compass variation in this area.
yes.
Yes. So the magnetic and absolute north are not the same. So that means that when so when the compass points to the absolute geographical north, which is the North Pole, and the north, there's another north that's like in the Bermuda Triangle, and they actually have to shift because there's a variation. So they have to adjust, and they have to hope they're adjusting perfectly. Otherwise, they could easily get thrown off and get lost in the area. So, and it's there's actually like a small narrow strip where both these norths become the same too. And so they think that's where the ships end up getting in all these issues.
Where the two norths collide, shit's gonna happen, I guess.
Right. So one of my favorite ones about this area is actually here. I got a perfect GIF for it. So this is one of the areas where they think there's a huge amount of rogue waves or freak waves. And
Oh God.
I don't think most people know about these, but like I've been kind of fascinated with these for ages, and ever since I've kind of been like, thank God I made it out of those cruise ships alive, because damn,
Mm.
they hit boats and they hit them hard and they're gone.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
They're huge.
they are.
Huge.
It's generally when a wave hits 30 feet, they can coincide at the right moment and they merge with other waves and they become a rogue freak wave. And they could go up to like 100 feet
It's,
high, at least
yeah, it's like a
documented.
wall of water just smacking a fucking wall, basically.
It is. And there are videos generally of like what looks to be a rogue wave. And that's only the ones they've caught. There's so many more that don't hit ships or actually take out the ship, and we just don't know. They've only started heavily researching it in recent years, really. So, but the rumors of them have been around for a very long time. So,
Yeah.
so they pretty much happen anywhere where you can get like multiple storms together, and this area definitely fits that category. They actually call this
Just
a hot
never,
spot.
just don't visit the area. Seriously, don't do
Just,
it.
why would you? Why would you go here?
Saying, yeah, I'm sorry. No, no thanks.
There's so many other places to go. I was telling Summer before the show, I'm kind of thinking I don't even want to go near Florida's coast at this point.
Right?
It's close enough to the
Well,
triangle.
I have a story for you, my friend.
Oh yes,
Later.
story time.
Oh, yeah, this one is just weird, to be quite honest. Okay. This one happened, I think it was off the coast. It was just off the coast of Florida, Miami.
Is this
And
the
then
witchcraft one?
the witchcraft one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. There we go. Pictures up. Visual
So,
media.
right. We need that. Witchcraft was a Russian cruiser. It was like 22 feet long or whatever. And a man named Dan Barak, uh, was the owner of it. He owned a lucrative hotel, so he was wealthy and had a huge ship. One night, he invited this dude, Father Patrick Horgan, to come with him to look at Christmas lights. Like, they just drove out into the middle of the ocean, a mile off the shore. That was their plan, and just park it and observe Christmas lights. I don't really know why that was the thing they wanted to do, but they did. And they left early in the evening, but around 9 p.m., there was a call from Dan saying that something hit the boat and that it would need to be towed. And he was completely calm. There was like nothing wrong. He didn't seem alarmed or anything. And so they just thought, well, there's something wrong with the boat, but it can't be that serious. And they sent people out who arrived like 19 minutes later, I think it was. And there was nobody. There was no boat. There was no person. There was no, like, even a cushion or something from the boat. And they searched, I think, for like days and days and didn't find anything. They called it off, I think, the 28th. He went missing on the 22nd. Now, the weird part is that he was an accomplished yachtsman. He was a veteran, and he had installed a device that if the hull were to be breached, the ship wouldn't sink completely. It would at least leave part of it above water. And apart from this, the boat, he had life jackets on it. The cushions on the boat were like flotation devices, but there's nothing found. And there's still nothing found. Nobody's found anything to this day. Nothing.
Um, welcome to the stream, Ryzen. And by the way, what was it? Where's the boat? It's
Nobody knows.
probably where Tupac is. Yep, exactly. He needed a new yacht. This was getting old.
It seemed like a weird story to me, to be honest. I was like, what the? Are you sure this wasn't like some weird thing?
There's actually a theory that goes behind this, actually. What was that one? I looked into this earlier. It is called the Gulf Stream. So apparently the Gulf Stream is an ocean current that originates in the Gulf of Mexico. and it moves through the Straits of Florida into the North Atlantic, and it passes through the Bermuda Triangle area. It's like a river with
Yes.
warm water within an ocean, and it can easily carry floating objects down its flow.
Yeah,
Um,
you're just gone.
yeah, you're gone. So it's like you don't even have to be in the Bermuda Triangle to have the Bermuda Triangle mess you up. It just
Suck you
yanks
in.
you right away from Florida.
Wow. God, I
Yeah.
hate the ocean. God.
Right? But what was
This is
interesting. Hmm?
this is horrible for my phobias. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that.
Yeah. Well, I've been dreaming of going on a cruise for years, but my fear of rogue waves like counterdicts that interest.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all it
Oh
takes is
God.
one rogue wave. There's no controlling that. It's just gonna take you out. But
Hmm.
the thing that's interesting about the witchcraft story too is, like you said, he didn't set off a flare, which they're like, if there's any issues, he should have had time to do that. But the other thing is, when a ship is destroyed, there's usually some kind of remnants. They actually have to warn people because they could get their boats damaged by all the remnants
Yeah.
of the destruction. And there was
They
none.
actually did that there might be something going on, guys. So watch out. And nothing. There was nothing.
Yeah, they warned people
And
and no one saw
had
anything.
flares. He told them he had flares. He told them he would light one, and there was nothing. Just I don't understand.
Yeah,
Like
that
even if a
story's
hurricane
freaky.
happened, wouldn't you just like set up a flare? I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking to it.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
that's.
I think there was a thunderstorm in the area,
Hmm.
but it was like severe enough to have like done anything. So I don't know.
But even like like you said, like it shouldn't have just sunk. You know.
Right?
But yeah.
Who knows anymore? What the heck? Go ahead.
Well, okay. So there's a little more to rogue waves too. So around the world, they started documenting it more heavily. So around the world, rogue waves occur many times each day, and it's actually a major issue globally for the shipping industry. So it used to just be like a rumor, but now they've given it a lot more credence, and they're more concerned by it. They actually did a study, and they found within a 3-week window, they identified more than 10 individual giant waves about 25 meters in height. Now,
I hate it.
right now, you would think the bigger the ship, the more safe you are in these two, but that's actually not the case. Small ships can get swamped by them, but sometimes they can actually ride the wave if they hit it bow on. But the big ships, they're designed to be supported in the front by the top of one wave, and on the back by the top of another. So it ends up snapping in two. So
Yeah.
yeah, big ship, you're screwed.
Can you imagine riding the top of one of those fucking waves, a tiny little boat? Just saying.
Like, would
So
anything scare
terrifying.
you after that? Like,
I just think that you'd be like, I've fucking conquered everything. I can,
I'm the king of the ocean.
right?
That would totally be the headline. King of the ocean. I dare you to go higher than me. Oh,
Oh no.
Raisin, that's terrible.
Oh.
Oh, I love it though.
Well, it's the Bermuda Triangle, so yeah. Go ahead.
Now, there's a few other unusual things. Let's see. There's the hex clouds. So this one, I don't think it comes up much, but I'll occasionally mention how I am actually a huge wannabe geek in cloud information. I always knew there's different types. I saw a poster of it before, and I've always kind of wanted to get that poster or a book of it afterwards. So when I found out that one of the theories for the Bermuda Triangle was clouds, I was like, Summer, that's mine. I'm covering that research. It's mine.
It's amazing.
And I had not heard of this type of clouds before. So they're actually called the hexagonal clouds, or also air bombs. Now, these styles of clouds are associated with powerful downdrafts of air that could overpower and destroy ships and planes. Their signatures of microbursts and the rapid and highly focused blasts of downward moving air that could generate sea surface winds reaching near 100 miles per hour. And the ocean waves end up going mammoth. So they end up towering about like 40 feet high. So they pretty much create rogue waves in themselves.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, isn't that great? So, like, I guess from what I understood is in those areas where the hexes are, there's sometimes a storm, and they push the air down and just like pretty much stab the ocean with air, which is interesting and terrifying. So, watch out for those clouds, guys.
They look cute and fluffy, but they're not.
They're gonna get you with air. But now, even though these clouds look the same as the air bombs in the North Sea, they likely have different causes and interact with the ocean below in different ways, according to experts. So there's not enough research. It's right now just a theory of why the ships and planes are disappearing. So no definite evidence yet.
Damn.
Hey, they haven't disproved it. They just don't have evidence. Yeah, it does look like a sci-fi show. This is Evangelion all the way. AT fields.
Yes. It looks so weird. God. I like the water in the area, though. It's very pretty. Every time I see anything like pictures, I'm like, oh, it's so blue. That's how they get you.
Did you say you're going to add something else to that? Or should I move on to the next topic?
No. Don't know.
Okay. I thought you were going to add something. I want to make sure I didn't just cut you off.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, basically, don't ever go to this area because all of everything is against you. So just pack it up, go somewhere nice. Screw this.
This is pretty much the Australian Ocean in a way.
It really is. That
Everything's
is the perfect...
out to get you.
It's true.
But yeah, actually, so we did do a little bit of a dive on the Bermuda Triangle in media, and there's some pretty interesting ones, actually. So first off, there is an Atari game. And it looks
come on, look at
interesting.
Interesting. I like how you put it.
Yeah. I can't, you know what? It might be good. It might not. It might be bad. I don't know. It looks like a cover of a Choose Your Own Adventure, in my opinion. Probably the same artist style.
Yes.
Ryzen says that maybe it was created by Atari. Yeah, so there we have that. I think Summer said there was a Scooby-Doo episode.
Yes, there is, in fact, a Scooby-Doo episode, which is really weird, but I dig it.
Then we have Ryzen. Yeah, they suck up ship spews in their bad games. Oh! So they also have a Bermuda Triangle board game, which looks just like the ocean, and I kind of want to play this, honestly, even if it's lame. It looks pretty hilarious.
I want it so much. I need it.
That's just great.
There's actually a tagline.
What's the tagline?
The tagline is "Sinister mystery cloud swallows ships." And it says players move plastic ships across the board as a planet-like fog cloud hovers, weaves, and sweeps, doing its best to follow everyone's voyage. Worth owning just for the incredible freaking box art. So there you go.
That's great.
Look at that.
We are going to have to try and hunt down this game. I'm very curious. If we can get it for like our 1 year special, especially, that'd be amazing.
Yes.
And then what else was there?
So I've never heard of it until today. So yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, there was. Let's see. So apparently the Addams family, they reference the Bermuda Triangle a lot, which was kind of hilarious. So apparently Uncle Fester was trapped there with amnesia for 25 years. I don't know if you remember that from the movie, but that's where Abigail Craven found him and took him as her own son. And then Morticia and Gomez took their second honeymoon here, and Wednesday has studied it all the time. She has a huge passion for it, I guess.
Watch it again, to be quite honest. I need to check that out
All
again.
that stuff is good. Now,
Yes.
it's also where Gomez planned to go shark feeding until his insurance company canceled the trip because it was deemed too risky. It's like the feeding of the shark's cool, but Bermuda Triangle.
Maybe not.
I don't know what insurance these scuba divers are getting, but now I don't know if you've ever played the pinball game too, but if you do have a local pinball pub or whatever they are nowadays or museum, there is Wednesday reading a book about the Bermuda Triangle on the pinball machine.
Oh, I love Wednesday so much.
Ryzen, what if we do the board game, we'll definitely have to put the camera on. Don't worry, we will. We're shy kitties. But yeah, so let's see what else is there. Oh, there's a Fleetwood Mac song and Satan's Triangle. We can
Yeah,
play.
Satan's Triangle was some weird show back in the 70s. I guess that was basically just about the Bermuda Triangle.
I mean,
And the Fleetwood Mac was weird. Like I think it blamed like the government, like they were hiding the Bermuda Triangle from us or something. I'm like, okay, all right.
Bermuda Triangle, orchestrated by the government people. Get the truth.
I'm telling you, they act like it was Area 51 and they were like hiding something here. Like it's
It was the original
I,
Roswell.
oh my gosh.
I love it. Now, let's see. Okay, so we haven't even covered all of the unusual things going on in this area. So there's even
There's just so
more. There's so much. It's insane. Like I said, it's like A to Z. There's so many causes or theories, I guess. So there's also the whirlpools. Words are hard, guys. Sorry. Whirlpools. So at the western corner of the Bermuda Triangle and about 50 miles off the coast of Florida, there's whirlpool. Oh no, this is going to get me every time. I think we got to do the words cue there. That was sad. So
I feel it.
there's whirlpools. Can you say it, Summer? Am I the only one struggling on this one?
Whirlpools?
It's hard to say, right? It's not just me.
No, it's not just you. It's
Okay.
weird. It's a weird word.
It's
It's like aluminum.
it's a tongue twister. So there's some whirlpools here and very strong tidal currents flowing in and out of them. Any ship passing over them can easily get sucked in and dragged into the endless depths. In fact, the natives here have an ancient belief that says there's an underwater monster that breathes in and out. During inhalation, it can suck in human beings easily or even ships. Moana 2, anyone?
What about the airplanes, though? Are they sucking in the planes too? Come on.
I wonder, right? Yeah, that would make sense for the planes, but it would make sense for the boats.
Exactly.
But yeah, speaking of the breathing in monster, underwater monster, we do have another interesting one. They have a theory about the
Oh,
Bermuda beast. Isn't he
good
beautiful,
lord.
guys? It's Fish Cthulhu.
Fabulous.
Hey, Sci-Fi, welcome. Is whirligig
Hi.
a hard word?
Whirligig. Whirligig?
Whirligig?
What?
That one seems easier to me. But yeah, so we have the beast. So he's supposedly 4 times the size of the Eiffel Tower, so about 3,044 feet. But he's never been seen. All of this is off of speculation. So he's pretty much
There's just
the
nothing.
huh?
There's just nothing, I guess, then. Okay.
They just, I guess, it's the ancient rumor of the beast that breathes in. I don't even know if these are the same ones, but there might be
Maybe.
two
That could,
beasts.
who knows?
But it's, you never know. Maybe Slender Man's out there too. I think he's tall enough. So who
You could
knows?
definitely handle it.
He could handle it. He's just walking all through that ocean. Corporate Gohan says, I mean, unless it's a kraken, you'll only see parts of it. The rest is underwater. Right? Yeah. I guess that's a good
So
point.
this is like the weirder Kraken version of the Loch Ness Monster then? Or is that what this is? Like, look at his face. It reminds me of a weird Magikarp from Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I just added a random cue on the screen, guys. I decided to put the commands up here so you guys actually know what the commands are. So now you can see them.
Yay!
Yay! Tacos! Exactly.
Tacos are the best.
Commands were not getting used enough. Unless Joseph was around.
Right? Tacos.
So this goes with the Whirl Pearls. Oh my
It's all
goodness.
right.
Whirl. We'll just call them
Whirlpool.
WP. The WPs. From the rest of the show, they're WPs.
You said it once that you're going to say it every time because that's what happens to me.
So there's also these things called the blue holes. The
Go.
Bahamas have a lot of blue holes. They're large underwater caves or cavities. Now, often they have openings near the surface that can lead to caves that stretch for like hundreds of feet. The biggest one in the area is actually the second deepest in the world. It's called the Dean's Blue Hole, and it's a depth of 665 feet. Now,
That's
diver... Hmm?
that's great.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. The ocean is a
I hate
terrifying place.
that. So is. God.
Now, once again, we have these brave scuba divers, and they've actually discovered the maze-like systems because, it wasn't researchers. It was the scuba divers that decided to go, mess around down there.
Of
So,
course.
right? So, the systems have water that flows in and out during tide changes. This is actually the cause of the tidal currents on the surface and the WPs in the area. But yeah. So what was it? It
Could
was
you
the
imagine
Dean's Blue Hole.
sucked down? I can't imagine doing that. Being sucked down into a hole. Awful.
Dude, I kind of know, kind of, but that's only because I've had riptides tug me in twice, and it's terrifying. And I never went underwater, but that stuff's scary. That the ocean gets insanely strong. It makes me want to sit there and swim with floaties. Honestly.
Well, see, like, the problem was that my sister was watching me at a pool once and she wasn't, and I fell in and almost drowned, and some random dude saved me, and ever since then, I've just been fucking afraid of deep shit.
Yeah, that can happen. I think it's one of the most logical fears. It's interesting because we're both parents, and I'm sure you've seen it too. It's like when you teach your kids to swim, you're just yeah, this is really dangerous. Take it seriously, but have fun.
Right?
You try and like figure out how other people tell their kids because you're just like, I don't want to scare them, but I don't want them to like be too lax.
My parents were just like, hey, go do a thing. It didn't work. The only thing that taught me how to swim was my friend swimming with me. Like,
Mhm.
I just kind of copied her and learned how to do it. I don't know. I was 12. 12 when I learned how to swim.
Oh,
Good Lord.
jeez.
Yeah.
Let's. I have something else I wanted to toss out. I think we got enough people in the audience to pull this out. But did you guys want to
Yes.
do the Mad Lib? We did this once
Oh,
before, and it was pretty hilarious of a result. So what we do is this time it was Summer who made it. So it's pretty much a story about the Bermuda Triangle, and you guys give us like certain words to put in, and we make the Mad Lib out of it.
yes.
So the first
So,
thing we will need is a noun. So a noun is used to identify any class of people, places, or things.
mhm.
I think we lost them.
I,
No worries. If you guys don't want to do that right now, we can wait till later on into the show. What was the last one we did do for this? Was it a Santa themed one? Oh no, it was faking your own death. That was the one, right?
yeah, I believe so.
That one was fun. But
Yeah, I love
yeah. So let's see. Let's go into Flight 19.
Yeah, Flight 19. All right. So there were five pilots in 1945 that were on a routine training mission. They were going to go do like a bombing run and then just come back.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and people like to blame this one on some crazy shit like aliens or something, but it's probably like, oh, the islands look the same, and you know, there you go. I got lost. I turned the wrong way because this guy turned several times. Like I can't remember. There's a black box from the crash or whatever I think. Or what is it? No, he was radioing somebody, and he turned several times just because he felt like he was in the wrong spot or whatever. And he, what people speculate is either he ran out of gas or, you know, apparently exploded because that's just what planes did back then. The 40s were different. You know, they just fucking combusted in the middle of the air. That's it. Um,
I love
those
that.
planes
Times are different.
specifically, they were different. They were highly combustive, and I'm just like, okay, God,
Oh, have a good night, Ryzen.
bye. In 1991, there were divers that found planes off the coast of Florida, but in 2004, later on, when they drugged them up, it was revealed that the tail numbers belonged to a different crew, uh, who all survived. So that's cool, I guess. Now, there's a theory about aliens. So to get into that,
I'm
my
not
thing is that
saying it was aliens.
I feel like it spawned from there was an episode of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which I guess depicted the Flight 19 planes reappearing in the desert after being dropped off by aliens, and the crew emerged like they hadn't aged or whatever.
Whoa.
And that's the only thing I can find. I don't know. Aliens, guys. Everything's aliens.
I think they had like a similar episode in Star Trek, but it was in space, where it's just like people. I think Amelia Earhart was in there. Like all these famous people that went missing on Earth just like show up randomly, like trapped in time in the future on a different planet.
Amelia
Maybe this is the
Earhart,
incident that inspired it.
maybe because it's weird, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, there was a lot of planes in that spot, by the way, that he found. He pulled them out. It was like, I don't know, I guess just a hot spot for plane crashes. Who knows? But there was a lot of planes down there. They're like, what are the odds? And the guy swore later on that he'd actually found them and that he was wrong the first time, but like tail numbers don't match, so whatever. I don't know.
Weird.
Weird.
One of the many places lost. Okay. Let's see. What else do we got here? More reasons why people might go missing in the Bermuda Triangle. Because we're not the end yet. Of course not. There's so many reasons. So there's the Sargasso Sea. It's a strange area within the triangle that has no shores, but it's surrounded by 4 different ocean currents on all sides. Apparently, this result. Yeah, right? Apparently, this results in boats and ships becoming completely motionless while passing through this area due to the dense seaweed on the water surface and exceptionally low winds. So, like, they end up just stuck there. And so people claim.
Go ahead. Real quick. Go ahead. I would hear this. Go ahead.
Well, apparently, people have reported a lot of vessels getting stuck in this situation, and then later on, they're found damaged without anyone on them, which is the weird part. Of course, that's just rumors. I always think there's a lot of Bermuda stories where it's like they see a ship, it's fine, and then they're not. So I'm always kind of skeptical when you hear a story about that. Part of why roadways didn't get away with things, or people didn't take those seriously for a long time.
There's like one story I heard of, but it's not in the Bermuda Triangle area, I believe. But there was one story where like the ship was found, the whole crew was gone. There was like food on the table and all kinds of other stuff. I don't know, dude. This just apparently happens. Just ships being found without anybody in them.
Jeez.
It's great, you know?
Well, now I'm like working what could have happened in my head. That's terrifying.
It is. It scared the crap out of me. I was like, what could make you just abandon the ship?
They have like cities and towns that happen like that too, like Croatia.
Yeah. Gosh.
It's just people are there and then they're not, and there's no explanation.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Angry merman looking for a meal. That's one hungry merman. Maybe the Bermuda beast gets hungry only like every few decades.
Well, apparently this place has so many like things happening that it's just every other area has the same amount of things happening. It's not different. It's not higher or anything. Apparently there's so many death traps that like there was this guy that said that we should extend the Bermuda Triangle to cover just the entire world, really, because all of the oceans have spots, I guess, like this that are just awful.
Well,
they're high traffic, and they're a place where giant waves, congregate.
Well,
and so
Japan has one. It's Japan claims
Oh.
they don't have one, but it's like something. It was I was looking into it. It's a weird one. So Japan, I guess, tries to keep it hush hush, but as an island country, I probably would too, because you don't want to scare the boats away from your country. But
It's true. It's true.
they have the Devil's Sea, which is also known as the Dragon's Triangle or the Pacific Bermuda Triangle. And they consider it actually a paranormal location. So I was thinking that might be fun for a different show all on its own.
There's one I wanted to do that I felt would be good for a different one. It happened, I think, recently, like at least 2015, I think it was. This guy took his crew out to the sea and sailed right into a hurricane, accidentally. Because
Accidentally?
guys, believe it or not, Yeah, believe it or not, sailing fucking sucks. Okay. And he had maps. Like he first of all, when he first went out, he had the weather channel. But you get to a certain point, the weather channel don't work no more. Okay. So then he had updates that didn't really keep up to date. So he was behind really on the updates of where the hurricane was. And because of that, sailed right into it. And they try to blame it on the Bermuda Triangle, some people. And so I came across it during this whole thing and I was like, wow. No, it's just a sad story about a guy who sailed into a hurricane on accident because his equipment sucked.
Jeez.
Because we
Yeah.
allow a lot of boats that suck apparently into the sea to go do whatever.
Okay, so there's even more though, because once again, I'm still not done. Actually, on that note, let's actually go into the weathers and storms in that area. So at the times, there's actually violent storms all across the area. They're short, but they're really intense, and they can build up quickly and go away so fast that even a satellite doesn't detect them properly. So that's
Yeah.
pretty unusual, but
Was what was happening with him is actually they couldn't pick up the storm properly because it was so weird.
yeah,
They had
just
never
come and go.
dealt with it. Yeah.
So they're strong enough to obviously destroy ships and planes completely, as we just heard. Now, there's also these things that happen in these storms. They're called water spouts, and they've been seen in this area. So it's pretty much like a tornado at sea that sucks water from the ocean thousands of feet into the air.
Insane.
That's terrifying.
God, I
Um,
hate those.
but yeah, let's go scuba diving, guys.
It
No,
looks so fun.
it looks so fun. There's not like 10,000 ways to die here. But
Right?
so
Oh
there's
man.
also a chance that every hurricane hitting the southeast coast actually goes through the triangle to get to America. Because, like, as you saw, it pretty much heads from Puerto Rico to Florida. So every time you see a hurricane on its way through those areas, that's going through the triangle pretty much. So,
It's getting the spooky vibes put on it.
yeah, right? So it's like Puerto Rico is really the Bermuda Triangle when you think about it. But
Well, I mean, Bermuda does have a ring of shipwrecks around the island. That's what it's like famous for, is its ring of shipwrecks. People go there and they scuba dive specifically for the shipwrecks. That's
yeah,
the thing.
it's cool, but yeah, it's no dangerous. Don't do it, guys. We're going to be the moms again. Don't do this. It's dumb. Don't.
Seriously.
They can't predict storms. They can't even predict them there.
They try. They can't. I mean, half the time newsmen can't even predict the weather. So, like, come on, man.
True, to be fair, but now there's what's also weird about this place is the seafloor is unusual even. So the scientists have used sonar mapping to understand what lies beneath the surface, and they found gentle slopes that turn into sudden deep drops. So some of the deepest
Yeah.
trenches in the world are actually found in this area. So if anything did fall into these areas, sink and stuff, they're virtually inaccessible. So that little nice boat line, skeletons of boat, those are the ones they found. So
Um,
the best known
Apparently, there's.
example. Hmm?
Sorry. I
Oh,
was gonna
never
say
mind. I
there's
covered this
apparently
part.
methane explosions too that make it even worse because it can just bury a boat in like a second.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to get to the methane gases too. So not only there's methane gases that go underneath, and so when they rise up through the water, they reduce the density of the water in the area, and the ships passing through them just sink. They drop in, and they can also explode and saturate the atmosphere, causing the planes to crash. And when they explode, there's craters in this area. They have giant craters. I think one was 150 feet wide. It's
Yeah.
just massive craters from the methane gas.
terrifying, man.
Uh-oh. Sci-fi wants to get a scuba diving license. No. Or get more life
Hey,
insurance. Either way. We're not going. I'm not going, at least. Now, the other thing, let's see. I think we got through most of the list. Yeah, we have one more big one, which is the electronic fog. So it's called the Hutchinson effect. Now, I don't know if you've heard about this one, but there's been a lot of reports that ships and planes get stuck in a fog and it destroys all the equipment on board. Now, this is another one with the theories that anyone they've encountered that's gone through this fog don't return after these incidents. So I'm like, wait, how do they know this happened then? Like, but yeah, apparently there's a fog that destroys all your technology. So,
yeah, guys, don't go play in your iPad in the middle of the ocean or something. I don't.
the Wi-Fi sucks anyways.
Once you pass like so many miles offshore, yeah, you're screwed.
Let's see. We have one more big story. We have his name is Vittorio Messano. Apparently, he was a fashion designer and he boarded a plane with five other people near Venezuela in 2013. And after flying for just 11 miles, they vanished.
Yeah, 11 miles. That's
Jeez.
crazy,
That's nothing. That's like they just took off and just gone.
right?
I blame the government. It's another Area 51 theory.
I feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently hundreds of people in boats and planes scoured the area for days, and they didn't find any sign of a wreckage. And it got even weirder when they found a piece of luggage that didn't belong to anyone on the flight. It turned up on an island in Curacao. That luggage was put on the plane by an Italian tourist who'd caught a different flight. For a while, that was the only indication of what happened. They did later
That's,
on. Hmm?
I said that's great.
Yeah, right. That's definitely one of those people that they're like, oh, I'm so lucky I took a different flight. So close.
Right. Gosh.
Now, later on, two bags that actually belonged to Misano were found on an island on Bonaire in the Netherlands. A text message from Guido Foresti to his son says, "Call now, we are reachable." That text message came in 2 full days after the plane had disappeared. What?
Yeah, that fucks me up.
Well, it's, yeah, because like even when you think of that statement, "Call me now, we are reachable." That's if they sent that before the plane took off, that makes no sense. That's something you do once your plane lands.
Right? I mean, maybe they could have said it mid-flight, but I don't know.
Jeez, I'm saying it's aliens. No, that's weird.
It is weird.
Well, they did find the plane later on, like 6 months later. 6 months later, they claimed to have found his body later in October, and there was a lot of doubt that the body was his, and the story seems to have died there. Though it looks like the most of the bodies were identified, it appears nothing was confirmed.
Yeah, they supposedly identified bodies, but they have no idea. Like, nobody confirmed anything, and that's it. That's that there was nothing past that point that I can find
Would you even really be
regarding.
able to confirm the bodies at that point? That's like almost a year.
Yeah. Well, about that is the Flight 19, or it wasn't Flight 19. It was there's another one where there were bodies in the water in their life suits that were so decomposed that you couldn't tell like their remains. You couldn't tell if it was a male or female or anything. So because water is not great for
Water is
decomposition.
bad for you.
Yeah, doesn't work well.
Don't stay hydrated, guys. That's not a good call in this case. Yeah, that's a weird
Yeah.
story. And there's been no updates. That was like 2013.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Weird. Yeah,
I looked like everywhere because I was like, there has to be anything, like the bodies or anything. Nothing. There's been nothing.
that's nuts. Okay, for anyone around, we're going to try this Mad Lib thing again. So here, I'm going to type. I can make multiples. If you each want to do one, feel free. So these are the type of words we need from you in order to make this happen. In the
Yes.
meantime, I did want to do something else. I want to bring back Smart Kitty. Smart Kitty came back from their vacation
Yeah.
and they're very passionate. I don't know if you guys remembered from their postcard, but they're very passionate about haunted beaches, all things sea related pretty much. So when Smart Kitty heard we were doing the show, she got really excited. She wanted to sing us a song. And so we're like, okay, it's not really in theme, but might as well, right?
Let's see. I want to see what Smart Kitty can do. Oh, I see a lot of O's in that no. It's a lot of O's right there. Well, we're bringing back Smart Kitty because I miss Smart Kitty. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Can you guys hear Smart Kitty really well? Don't strangle Smart Kitty. That's not
Guys,
nice.
that's not nice. I mean, I thought you guys missed me.
I missed you, Smart Kitty.
Thank you, Summer. I really appreciate it. I had a really nice vacation. Thank you, everyone, for asking. Yeah, I
Yeah.
really want to talk to you guys about the Bermuda Triangle today. It's
What do
just
you
that
have to
they had
say?
everything handled, so I didn't do any information, but I decided to prepare a song.
Oh, this should be good.
Okay. You might recognize this. It was a hit at one point.
Then it just disappeared?
Bermuda, big cruise ships. Ooh, I wanna sink ya. Bermuda, oh airplanes, come on, let me take ya. The high seas, the Gulf flow. Baby, why don't we go to Bermuda? Off
This is
the
my jam.
Florida Keys, there's a weird ass triangle. That's where you want to go to disappear
Woo!
from the world. Thank you, everyone. I'll be releasing my album once I get someone willing to, foot the bill.
Deep fuck. Oh my lord. That's inappropriate. It's, it
Why,
is.
why are you asking Smart Kitty such things?
How dare you, good sir? Bye, Smart Kitty.
Smirking
God.
is ridiculous.
Uh,
You know, and we're going to actually, she made a
That
full
was way too
song
much.
for that. She made a
Yes.
full song. And we're going to record it and put it on YouTube for her because she really wants to hit it big, guys. So,
If you want to help Smart Kitty, yeah, check it out.
Yeah, make sure.
She'll be the biggest pop star in the industry soon.
Yeah, make sure to check out the YouTube. We have been uploading our videos on there, and we're going to start doing the clips. You know, we're getting a little more organized. We're trying to bring it to the next level, but you know, we're mothers. We have other commitments, so we do our best.
This is like our we have fun here thing, and we like it. It's fun.
We do. We're really into this, and actually, we mentioned at the start of the show, but so many people might have actually missed this announcement. But in addition to our normal shows, where Monday I play video games, now at 7 p.m., by the way, I moved an hour earlier, and then 7 p.m. Central Time. And then this show, our podcast on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Central, or 9 p.m. Central Time. And then we're going to be adding, I think, a Thursday midday. We're going to be rotating between every other week. We're going to do a true crime once a month. And we're going to cover all the latest news on space and UFOs. Because there's been a lot of traction going on with UFO stories the past year. And I'm falling behind. So I want to commit.
We'll die. It's just a thing that will live on forever.
Yeah, and it's going to be daytime. It's going to be partly for our European friends who can't catch our nighttime shows because it's like 3 a.m. there. And it's going to be shorter too. It won't be such a big show. It'll probably only be an hour or two. You know, just a nice chill small thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. I think we did tackle most of the stuff.
There's a lot.
There's a lot, yeah. I can't believe how many issues was there, like the theories. Let's see. They said rogue waves, earthquakes, human error, WP whirlpools. I said it. Good. Blue holes, Sargasso Sea, methane gas, electronic fog, the Gulf Stream, compass variation, seafloor, and the weather. Yeah, so we're pretty much over 10.
The line from that song where it says the Gulf Stream waters, you know that line? It has a whole different meaning now.
I don't. Oh, and I forgot to include Bermuda Beast and the hexagonal cloud air bombs. So we're pretty much at 15 different plausible theories on what's taking these things down.
And there's more out there that we probably didn't cover because there's just so much here that it's ridiculous.
Like, we really didn't go into aliens. This time
aliens,
around.
yeah. Aliens. I was like, we did aliens. We should probably not.
Yeah, we didn't cover aliens. We didn't cover the mailman, the mail mermaids and the weather balloons. Yes, sci-fi, exactly. There's so many more possible theories.
So much.
Now let's see. I guess that's it. You know, it's unless you want to play some videos, but I think we are going to call it a day.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so next, yay! Okay, so next week I'm going to do a. Oh, actually, I have a command for this. Why am I going to my actual schedule? Boo! What boo? Durka, what do you want from us? Ask us questions, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
More. I don't know, Summer. Are you down for more? We could randomly cover scary things.
Just Bermuda is, I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Okay. If you guys have questions, if you want us to do a hot take, just let
Q&A?
us know. Just let us know, because Summer's on Twitter. She's very good at the hot take. At least just kidding. She's actually good at tearing down hot takes, but
I'm dying. No.
So
Don't
if I wants it
expose
specifically against you, Summer. He wants a Q&A for you.
Why?
You can't just keep saying that without asking a question.
Yeah, there you go. You can't just do that. Oh my god.
These people, they want all the answers, but they don't have any questions.
I can't
42
provide.
people.
How many angles? Please. I thought this is a Q&A, not a quiz. This is three angles.
How many angles?
This is what you wanted.
Well,
Three
there is
angles.
that one place where like the 4 different currents like coincide, right? So would that count?
I don't know, man. What would that be?
What are the angles?
Boy, come on now. Don't do this to me.
They're how girls take their pictures for dating websites.
Are they cute angles?
I think I'm just going to put like a little disclaimer on here saying we're in the after show. Because this is
Yeah, you might.
nonsense.
People are gonna be so confused.
After show nonsense. There you go.
Perfect.
I think it needs to be bigger. That's what she said. I got it first.
Oh god.
Are we getting more questions? I'm just not paying attention.
Are there more questions? Well, time.
Wrong. There's a time distortion which makes all the angles add up to infinity.
Shit.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, math is not my strong point.
I still stick by my answer of 42.
I mean, come on, it's the meaning of life, isn't it? Like 42? 42.
If you're visiting the Bermuda Triangle, you bring a towel.
There you go.
You'll need it. Okay, real question though. If you could go scuba diving, all expenses paid at the Bermuda Triangle, would you?
Yes. I would.
You would? All expenses paid?
All expenses paid. I would definitely do it because I'm insane.
Who am I kidding?
feel like
I
I
probably
need-
would too, but I'd be terrified the whole time. I'd be like not sleeping.
We can be scared together.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have to say those pictures are really tempting. The ones where you're exploring ships and yeah.
They're so beautiful and like, I don't know, mysterious.
Oh, actually, I forgot to drop a link earlier on. There was a really cool one I found. So for our word of the day, it was submechanophobia, which is a fear of man-made items underwater, and there is a Reddit page for it. And I was just like, wow. So I was browsing that earlier. I forgot to do it on show, but when I have a second monitor, it'll be easier. Hey, Edgy, you made it just in time for the after show.
Hi.
Do you have any stories about the Bermuda Triangle, Edgy?
Everybody's been there, right? It's like the holiday hotspot.
No, aw, worth a try.
I love this. It's great.
Sci-fi is typing something, man.
Oh no, I'm so concerned. What is...
Edgy just messaged me. She wants to know how wet the water is in the Bermuda Triangle.
It's like super wet.
No, I didn't. Oh, no.
I don't
Oh.
believe you.
Let's see. Okay. I think we are going to start wrapping up in a few unless you do
Yeah.
get some good questions. But let's see who is online. Let's see.
There's a what? There's heavy water.
You know. Okay. So there's someone online that plays Friday that I think I want to send you guys out to. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to send you guys out to Tracy Doll. Because she's a really nice streamer. She probably has no idea who I am under this name, though. Just be forewarned.
All right.
But she's a really cool Friday streamer. I think she's actually partners. Like, she has like 148 people on her stream right now. So she probably doesn't even need the raid, honestly. But yeah,
You know what? Whatever. It's cool.
she gifted me a sub the other day to someone else, so I did want to like send some love back her way. So let's see. Yeah, actually, before that, of course, thank you guys for stopping in. If you haven't given us a follow yet,
It'll be
feel free to
archived?
consider it. It will be archived. It will be YouTubed.
Everyone.
And yeah, next
It's
week.
all right.
Next week. Did I take this yet? There we go. Next week, I'm going to play Among the Sleep, which is a scary game where you have like a teddy bear and you're a baby and you're going through like the world from that point of view in a horror game. So it's interesting. Lots of imagination stuff. And then we're going to be discussing white vans and the rumors going on around them right now. There's been a lot of hysteria going on with it. And yeah, I wanted to kind of dig into that. One of my closest friends, she said she had a white van stop near her and kind of check her out, though nothing happened with it. So I don't know if it's hysteria. I don't know if things are valid, but
It has no windows.
Hmm?
So like, I don't trust any van that has no windows. There you go.
I don't know. I just don't trust cars in general. Like,
I'm not like
hi, stranger.
catch
No.
right?
Yeah. But I did want to dig into that one since my friend had that story to kind of see what the situation was to get an idea. So next week we're doing that deep dive on that hysteria right now, and there was an actual murder in relation to white vans. So that's an interesting story in
I've
itself.
seen like more than one. So I'm just gonna say like I feel like they're just a sign.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Let's go. There we go. I queued the raid. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you. Thank you
Yes,
so
thank
much
you
for
all.
being here.
It's awesome. We appreciate it so much.